The Emancipation Proclamation was signed on January 1st, 1863.
Can't you free me? My God, free me, man.
In a country increasingly recognizing Juneteenth, highlighting the story of how freedom was slowly gained through the South feels urgent.
The Yankees come through, and I can remember that.
This series will explore the fragmented journey to freedom across the 5 states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. This is Liberation Season.
And be free.
To the point about resistance, this book is the Atlanta City Council minutes. In 1851, there is a discussion of several enslaved persons in the city of Atlanta who banded together to have an uprising, or as we would call it commonly, a slave rebellion. This is really interesting because the city of Atlanta is one of those founded later in American history, but you still see enslaved people at the beginning coming together to resist enslavement in this space. I think culturally, as Americans, Black people were of the belief that freedom is to be celebrated because freedom is celebrated in America every year, so why not celebrate our own freedom? And so I think that's why you see so many freedom celebrations that pop up throughout the US during Reconstruction.
Hey, you didn't throw me no candy. I only want bubble gum. This is our Emancipation Proclamation celebration, and we come every year to celebrate our freedom. Every year since I graduated from high school.
Father, we thank you for this day that you have made, and we're going to rejoice.
Growing up in Thomaston was very, well, what I'm learning is that it was unique. Every place doesn't have like an Emancipation Proclamation celebration where it is expected that everybody comes back home to celebrate, the freedom of our Black people. It was definitely a unique and an awesome place, I think, to grow up. I had the honor, truly an honor, of being the keynote speaker at the celebration.
Dr. Crystal Cox McDowell.
This is what I need you to know, that the Lord has been with us for a long time, because it is clear that we have come this far by faith in the face of Black codes, in the face of Jim Crow, in the face of modern day slavery, AKA prison system. We are a people of greatness.
It was caught. Some things are taught, but it was caught. And it wasn't lost on me that this is a very important day, and it was an expectation that you show up for your community on this day. So it was understood. This is what we did, and everybody did it.
The photograph that you see behind me is important for a couple of reasons. We see an African-American man in a Union Army uniform, not only reading, but also with a firearm next to him, which is interesting because we know that General Sherman passed a field order that did not allow African-American men in the U.S. colored troops to be armed. The Union Army was not full of abolitionists. That's really important because when Black folks start showing up to the Union Army, they're not necessarily welcomed with open arms. It's like, oh, we hadn't anticipated this. How does this become a political strategy? And that becomes the formation of the U.S. colored troops. We're going to give them uniforms. We're going to arm them, though some people were still uncomfortable with the idea of that. The inclusion of Black men through the U.S. colored troops essentially won the war. The U.S. colored troops, also known as American heroes.
161 years In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation, 1866, when we learned about it in Thomaston. So it's the 29th of May. You tell people you're from Thomaston, they will be like, oh, y'all have that day, right? And I'm like, yes, actually we do. And I understand the history, that connection with Juneteenth and all of that. But to me, to be able to say 161 years ago, right? My people, my ancestors, got the message, but not only got the message, but they have continued down the years to celebrate it.
Thomaston is a nice place to live, and the atmosphere is nice. And like I said, we're a small town, so we know everybody. We got that closeness and all, and the emancipation have been around here ever since, like I said, I was small. And you know, everybody just come together. And that's what I love about my town and my people and my family.
My son, he likes to come here because it's all about family togetherness. If that's all they take out of it, that's a positive. But we also try to talk about what we are celebrating. I always remind him why we're here so he can remember what the celebration is about.
161 years ago, how did that last? How has it lasted that long? Because people remembered where they came from. And I believe not only took the information and the experiences that have been in the past, but then to utilize them and make better decisions on where we need to go in the future.
What is freedom to me? Freedom is the ability to make choices for yourself without interference. To go where you want, to do what you want, to be who you want without any parameters, particularly those established by the government, policy, law, or social systems.
Freedom to me is being able to imagine something, having the resources, whether that's human capital, social capital, to get it done. Not just for myself, but for others.
I love that, a freedom bell. I love that. Let freedom ring. I love that. Let freedom ring.